Hey y'all, No here. Thought I'd just give you a little tour of the campground I stayed at near Medicine Hat last night. Uh, this is the way it was when I got here yesterday, and it's still the way it is today. Nobody but me showed up, and I don't really understand why, because it's a really great place. This is what they are calling the washroom. There's no washing going on inside there. Really nice trash bin. It's not bear proof, but it's here. And it actually has a pretty neat little solar powered security light. I woke up last night and saw the light on. Of course, the sun doesn't go down here till about 9:30, and I was already asleep by that time probably, but and so it says there's firewood for sale. Not exactly sure how you go about buying it. It says that this is potable water. It might be, but I don't think I'm going to try it. So you can say some of the pullouts are large enough for a travel trailer or motorhome. Very well maintained, nice grassy areas. Not a lot of shade trees, but the grass, I mean, it's better than a lot of the asphalt pads that you end up parking on in RV parks. So anyway, that's oh wow, there's two more on the back side. I didn't realize this was a 4-holer. I thought it was just a 2-holer. But anyway, if you're in the Medicine Hat area, it's the Echo Dale, D-A-L-E, as in like farmer in the Dale, I guess. Campground. I think it was like $30-something Canadian. The current exchange rate is 70 cents to the dollar against the American dollar, so that's pretty reasonable, I think. You know, there's no hookups or anything like that, but if you're self-sustaining and you're in the area, I would highly recommend it. Well, I'm about to continue on towards the east. I'll be going through Manitoba today. Might make it to Saskatchewan. We'll just have to wait and see. Saskatchewan is the place where I first entered the Canada 3 years ago. After Saskatchewan, it's all new. I've never been to any place farther east than that. And just like that, it's 9 hours later. Went by fast, didn't it? For you, it's only a couple of seconds, but I've been driving for about the past 9 hours. I took a little break for lunch. And I'd like to point out that I actually do know how to use a road map. I know just a few seconds ago in this video, I said that I was about to enter Manitoba. It was actually Saskatchewan borders Alberta. So I got that wrong. But I have crossed all of Saskatchewan in the last 9 hours, and now I'm barely across the border into Manitoba. Got to really concentrate, make sure I get that right. So this is actually very close to a place that I parked 3 years ago when I was driving to Alaska. It's just a few kilometers down the road from here. This place wasn't even here back then, or else I would have stayed here then too. But it's a very nice place, not very crowded. It's me, another RV, and a trailer truck. That's everybody that's here. But it's very nice. Pretty level site to camp on. So that's what I've been doing today. Now, I know it looks to y'all and to me too like things just have not been going very well. And if I'm honest, I was starting to feel like just a big old failure the last day and about maybe 3/4 of the day today, because it seems like nothing that I was supposed to do or planning to do has worked out. And it's not been that way in the past, but it is this year. And so I've not been feeling sorry for myself, but I've just been confused. I can't understand why things are working the way they're working, and why I'm feeling like a failure, or was feeling like a failure. I was feeling like a failure until this afternoon, and through a song that I was listening to by Rebecca St. James called Thank You. And one of the lines in the song says, I thank God for believing in me. Because he called me to do this. He's trusting me to do this. And even though it may not feel like I'm doing a very good job, I'm not going to consider myself a failure, because I know that's what Satan wants me to do. And even though things are not going the way I planned them, I know that God sees things that I can't see. God knows things that I don't know. And I really believe with all my heart that as long as I remain available to God, as long as I'm trying, then I'm not a failure. Satan may want me to believe that I'm a failure, but I'm not a failure. Even though I cannot see very much fruit or anything that is resulting from this trip other than me just driving a lot of miles and not doing much of anything. But God knows, and I don't know. And, I know that some people, maybe even a lot of people, don't really believe that my motives for doing this are not for me. I know it can appear like this is just a big vacation trip for me, a great adventure, and I'm not gonna downplay that. It is a wonderful thing to be able to travel like this, and it is a great adventure. But that adventure can be stressful many times. You don't know what it feels like to go to bed on the floor of this van at night and not know where you're going the next day, not knowing where you're going to sleep the next day, not knowing what's going to happen, not knowing hardly anything. It's not easy. And I try not to make it look easy. You know, like I said many times on my journey to Alaska, it's not all rainbows and unicorns. You know, and I try to present the bad with the good, and make it as real as I can. But this trip has been tough. You know, it's been tougher. It was much, much tougher than the trip to Alaska. That trip was a breeze compared to this trip, because things did somewhat go to plan. But this trip, it's not been that way at all. And so, can I explain to you why things haven't worked out? I can't. But I know that God knows why. And I know, even though I don't feel like I'm accomplishing anything, that God's going to work it all together for good. And I may never know why so many things seem not to work out until I get to heaven and me and Jesus will sit down and talk about it. I got a feeling at that time it won't really even matter anymore. But you know, that's kind of where my heart is right now. I was really discouraged, but I've made up my mind not to be. Now, kind of along those same lines, I suspect some of you have watched every episode that I have put out since I started this trip. But you know what? I've not heard from a single one of you. You've not left me a single encouraging comment or anything like that. And I've heard from very few people back home at all. Nobody's called me on the phone just to talk and just to say, how's it going? I see that things aren't going well for you. You know, how you feeling about it? Nobody's given me a call to ask me any of those questions. And, you know, that can make you feel like people don't care sometimes. And I don't think that's the case for most of the people that are following me on this trip. But, you know, it's just hard. It's a little bit hard dealing with when you know that people are watching and seeing that things aren't going right and aren't getting in touch with you to encourage you. So that's why I'm shooting this video right now instead of making supper right now, because I'm trying, you know, I'm trying to do what God has called me to do. Even if it doesn't seem like it's working, I'm going to keep on trying and then just trust God for the results, you know. So I hope I don't feel like or sound like I'm feeling sorry for myself. I wasn't feeling sorry for myself, but I was just confused and discouraged, and just confused, not understanding. But I'm letting all that go. I'm washing my hands of it. God's got it, not me. I'm just going to keep on trying, and that's all I can do. And I'm going to leave the results to God. So if I can get this edited and uploaded tonight, you should see it tomorrow. But I'm not making any promises. But until the next time, vaya con Dios.